coming home. It is home. We did it.
We did it?
Yeah, and I say we because we're part of it. We're proud. England's legendary Lionesses inspired the nation with their incredible win over bitter rivals Germany in the final of the Women's Euros at Wembley on Sunday. But you don't need me to tell you that, you know.
No, and you probably don't need me to tell you that one of the standout stars of the tournament was Alessia Russo, whose iconic back-heel nutmeg goal, it's already iconic, Alessia, helped secure the team's victory over Sweden in the semi-final. And now she's tipped to become the first woman footballer to have a transfer fee of more than £1 million.
Hello, how are you feeling?
Those are some sentences that are good to hear, aren't they?
Yeah, I mean, it's been a bit of a whirlwind of the past few days, but yeah, I mean, it's such an exciting time for women's football, and to win that trophy at Wembley was amazing.
But how are you feeling? It's 3 days. It's 3 days on now. If I was your dad and asked you that, I'd say, how are you feeling, love? What would you say?
Well, I'd be lying if I said I wasn't exhausted, because I am.
Yeah.
Just from the game, everything was just amazing. But yeah, so overwhelming. I think the whole experience of it all was just like, it's like what we've kind of been waiting for women's football for a long time.
What about when you woke up on Monday? I don't know what time did you wake up on Monday?
Or did you go to bed?
Yeah, I went to bed quite late, woke up, had a bit of a lie-in.
But what was the first thing, when you woke up, did you remember straight away, we've done it, we won?
Yeah, I mean, it still hasn't really all sunk in just because we've just been on the go ever since, really. But I think as each day goes by, you kind of realise, like, wow, we actually did it.
It's real. It's not still an ambition, a dream, a determination. It's real. So we saw you celebrating in Trafalgar Square. We obviously saw you celebrating on the day. What about yesterday? Because there's got to be a moment, I guess, where you have to sort of start to calm down. Did that begin yesterday? Did you collapse and even watch the game back? Because Chloe hadn't had a chance to when we chatted to her yesterday.
No, I haven't actually had a chance to watch the game back.
No.
Normally I watch it right away, Haven't had a chance, but I crashed early last night.
Did you?
I was asleep, but yeah, I mean, it all is starting to sink in. But yeah, it's just...
Listen, along with millions of other people, I'm sure the same happened to them. I was watching when you did the nutmeg, which we're going to talk about now, and I thought it was the funniest thing, the cheekiest thing I've ever seen in football. It reminded me of the kind of thing George Best might have done, actually. And I just fell off the sofa laughing. I just fell off because it was just so cool.
Talk us through what was going through your mind as we look at some of the sort of crucial moments.
Yeah.
How did it build up and how did you just do it? Was it pure cheekiness? What was it?
Well, I missed the first shot originally. It got cut back to me, and I should have scored. If it didn't end up in the back of the net, I would have been really annoyed that it didn't go in. And then it just fell to me, and I had a player right in front of me, so I couldn't have turned because I would have turned into the player in front.
Right.
So I just thought, this is the quickest route for me to try and get it back into the goal, so I just...
And a nutmeg's your speciality, because my daughter plays a bit of football, says it's the sort of thing you do for fun, mucking about with your mates, you do it in practice, but it's a bit nervy to do it for real. You know, it feels a bit tricksy under pressure.
Yeah, I think the nutmeg wasn't intentional, but it just added to it, really. I didn't know it went through her legs until I'd watched it back, because I didn't even really see it go in the net. I just heard the stadium go and figured it must have gone in somehow. And it wasn't until I saw it back that I saw how it went in.
That's a life memory.
Yeah.
You'll never lose that memory. It'll remain as sharp and as vivid and as...
People are going to give you key rings with nutmegs on now. It's forever now. This is going to be your trade. And what also might be your gift from all of this is that you become the first female transfer of £1 million. You might get paid £1 million now. Is this somebody people have been talking to you about? Is this circulating around the people that help you with your career?
Not so much. It kind of just came on the back of the tournament. I didn't know too much about it until... I think when we were in the tournament, we were in a very close bubble and everything was just kind of cut out from the outside world, so the media and everything. Of course, we understood, like, the hype around the whole tournament, but... we weren't sure, we weren't reading stories, we weren't looking on Twitter all the time. So, yeah, it kind of came out after the tournament.
But now you do know. It must be a nice thing, although when you look at what men earn, it's still vastly different.
What do you think
What are your
about
thoughts?
I think the women's game is finally getting a bit of credit and funding that it does deserve. I mean, realistically, we're not going to say that we deserve to be like the men, because we understand how the game's progressed and we're very realistic with our thoughts and stuff. But I think that we do the same job. But hopefully, as times keep progressing and tournaments like this, it will keep the game growing further and further.
How old are you now?
23.
23. So you've got a good hoping the injury doesn't get in the way.
Yeah.
You've got about another 10 years of playing, haven't you?
Yeah.
Looking ahead 10 years, what do you think you'll be in 10 years from now?
I'd hopefully like to have a few more medals around my neck and trophies, but yeah, I hope that the game is going even further than it has in the past 10 years, I think.
And would you stay in the profession? Would you maybe stay in as a coach?
Yeah, potentially either coach or some way that I can give back to sport, whether it's coaching or it just sticking in the sport somehow.
Now, I don't know if you watched the show yesterday at the end, but we had Chloe on.
Yeah.
And we had a little surprise for her at the end, didn't we?
And I do know that you watched last Friday, didn't you, when some of your old teachers from Simon Stock Catholic School in Maidstone, where you went to school, that's right, isn't it? Was sharing their joy at your success last week.
Well,
and
we had
saw that.
You saw that. You watched it. It's one of the reasons you're here.
Yeah.
Well, we had a surprise for Chloe yesterday. We got a surprise for you because John Malone, your head teacher from your old school, is on the line now. There he is. Hi, John. Hello, sir.
Hi, Alessia. Hi, Richard. Hi, Kate.
She's not a bad ex-pupil, this one, is she? She did well. I don't think you'll be putting could do better on her report.
They might have on my school report.
Well, I know it would make great live TV if I were to say terrible things about Alessia, but honestly, I haven't got a bad thing to say about you. So, I mean, Richard said it at the beginning of the piece about how the nation is so proud of you. I think probably multiply that 10 times for how we are feeling about you at Stocky. That's what we call our school, Stocky, short for St Simon Stock. You've done great, Alessia. We're so proud of you. We've talked about you so much. So yeah, it's lovely to be speaking to you.
And listen, I didn't see the show on Friday. I was flying, but just remind us of what she was like when she was a little kiddie winky at school.
Well, Alessia was with us for her whole 7 years, from 2010 to 2017. She was just. I mean, the great privilege that I have as I'm the head of the school now, is that she sort of exemplifies everything that we speak about that makes students great, and in particular the fact that doing well it comes from just working hard. It's not something that I know that you've got natural talent, Alessia, but when you're at school, Alessia, she just worked so hard at all the sort of like the fine margins, practice. It was Alessia's mindset that really works in her favour, and she obviously you've got huge talent on the pitch, and the PE department have always spoken about your talent, but for me it was your sort of humility. That you just took it in your stride, and that you were so appreciative to us, to the school, for what we have given to you.
Did you see her?
Did she ever have to sit outside your office, did you?
I actually don't think I had to sit outside.
There you go.
Maybe someone else's, but not Mr. Malone's.
It must make you feel fantastic.
Never outside my office.
It must make you feel so warm, you know, to see your ex-teacher, head teacher, talking to you like that.
Yeah, it's amazing. I still keep in contact with lots of people from the school. I think they were the ones that sent me for Kent Schools trials, which at the time was like kind of my first big step in football, because then I got to English schools and then it kind of went from there. So yeah, they're the ones that kind of kick-started it all and would always give me extra days off for football and stuff. Which
you look a very happy child there in those pictures.
Yeah,
you look
I actually used to enjoy going to school and loved being a part of it also, yeah.
Well, that's wonderful to hear. And, of course, you will be inspiring lots of other youngsters now and hopefully lots of other schools to give that support, because we want more of you. But for now, just enjoy being you, because this is a great period of triumph.
Quick question. What's your next big gig? What's the next big star on the calendar? What's happening?
We have the World Cup next summer.
Just that small fixture.
Just that little thing.
Yeah,
What if you come up against America?
Well, we're actually playing them in October in a warm-up game.
Are you?
Yeah, which will be cool because obviously they're world champions and we're European champions.
They're very good.
Yeah, so yeah,
That'll be a chance to work out a few tactics.
Yeah, and then I'm sure we'll meet them at some point.
I wonder if you'll look over somebody's shoulder if you see their tactics list.
Maybe that worked last time.
You got that picture looking at the German list? No, we haven't got it. Oh, that was so cheeky.
Yeah, I mean, it was tactical information. It wasn't all in German. Everyone was telling me could I speak German, but it was all just X's and O's from tactical changes.
Did it make any sense to you?
Not really, no.
No. But you had to go anyway.
I like the cheeky look of it anyway.
Yeah.
Well,
All
look,
right.
they'll definitely be studying, Americans will definitely be studying your moves. So lovely to meet
Lovely
you.
to see you. Good luck against America.
Thank you.
I look forward to that one. That'll be an interesting game.
To the whole team as well.
Of course, yeah.